What's going on, everyone? Welcome to yet another video. Coach Scott McLeod here, NASM certified personal trainer. Nice and early on this Sunday morning. I need a coffee, and you know I need that anabolic hot cereal. Nothing like that first sip. Scrape every last drop out of the yogurt. And if you can't get it in the bowl, you're eating it right now. Don't leave these gains on the table. Get every last drop. Oh yeah, and even off the back of the lids here. Finally sitting down now with my anabolic hot cereal and that coffee and taking that first bite for the homies. It has come to my attention that not all of my viewers are well versed in caloric requirements and specifically with tracking calories and macronutrients. I was given a recommendation to make a video geared towards the average viewer. First of all, you gotta watch more of my videos. What are you doing, bro? I have 2 videos up on the channel. Macros 101 and even short form Macros 101. They've been up on the channel for quite some time now, and these videos are geared towards, and they apply to all human beings. If you are a living thing on this earth, those videos apply to you. They're geared towards everyone, the average viewer, and those interested in this fitness lifestyle. Please check those videos out. I'll link those down below. But to very quickly summarize, 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, 20 to 35% of total calories coming from fat, filling in the rest of calories with carbs. To figure out and estimate your total daily calorie consumption, you can use an online calorie calculator, such as the Harris-Benedict formula, to estimate where your calories should be. It always has to be adjusted based on your weigh-ins. But once that's out of the way, it's time to start eating and, of course, tracking. If it does come down to calories in versus calories out, we need to know the calories in portion of the equation. That's done through, of course, consumption, but tracking said consumption. The breakdown of macronutrients that I use allows the individual to maximize muscle potential, to build and maintain muscle mass while simultaneously losing that excess body fat. Losing your excess body fat is healthy. It's directly correlated to health improvements. Being overweight, being obese, that is directly linked to an array of chronic conditions. And this applies to the general audience and, of course, all human beings on this planet. So let me give you a practical application. First and foremost, the calorie tracking, macro tracking app that I use is MyFitnessPal. It's very user-friendly. I don't make any money promoting the use of MyFitnessPal. That's just the one that I use. I just want to share my tips and tricks with all of you. Find one that works best for you. Stick with it because repeated use is going to lead to adherence, and you're going to get used to the ins and outs and functionality inherent to that app. So pick one, find one that works for you, continue to use it. For instance, and I'm going to start a screen recording on my cell phone and pop that up on the screen. I'm sitting down and I just had that anabolic hot cereal, and it was pretty similar to yesterday's anabolic hot cereal, except for a few slight changes. So as soon as I log into MyFitnessPal, right under breakfast, it says right there, add yesterday's breakfast. I'm gonna select that option. It's gonna pull in the banana and maple instant oatmeal, the instant cream of wheat, the half serving of peanut butter, the 4 tablespoons rather of peanut butter powder, some blueberries, and 2 blended yogurt vanilla Chobani Greek yogurts. Now I'm documenting by exception, meaning for the whole blueberries here, I actually only had 1 serving, so I'm gonna update that on the app. I did not have the blended yogurt vanilla. I did not have the other blended yogurt vanilla. Instead, I had a Dannon Light and Fit Greek yogurt vanilla and a Dannon Light and Fit Greek yogurt, blueberry. So I replaced the 2 Chobanis with 2 different Dan and Lighten fits. Again, documenting by exception. I still had the 2 total servings of PB powder, so 4 tablespoons there. Still did also have that half serving of peanut butter, instant cream of wheat, banana, and maple instant oatmeal. So that looks great to me. See how easy that was for me to document and track my breakfast? A couple quick clicks. Add yesterday's breakfast. I swiped to delete a few things. I added a couple other things. Now I was able to add food in my history here. So I have all of my most recents. You can filter by most frequent. You can sort alphabetically, forwards and backwards. But since I've been using this over and over and over and over and over and over again, I have everything that I would typically eat stored in here. So that's why you got to get used to using this, because it's so easy. Oh, look, I'm sitting down and I'm about to eat 170 grams of jasmine rice. It's already there in my history. I add that food. If you add something by mistake, just go ahead and delete it. Now you might be asking, okay, so what happens when you don't have all of that added food saved to your history and it's not as easy as just adding food and clicking one other time? Easy. You can come into any of your meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner, or snacks. Let's just go down to snacks here and let's pretend that I've never had these Kodiak cake buttermilk pancakes. You should already know that this is a staple in my diet, but let's pretend that I've never had this before. I'm gonna use the barcode scanning feature. So we can scan in a barcode. We can then point and shoot here at the barcode and it's gonna pop up right there. Power Cakes Kodiak cakes for half a cup, 30 carb, 2 fat, 14 grams of protein. We're gonna add that since the instructions say to add a full cup. We're adding 2 servings of that there to our snacks. And if we're adding whole eggs to that, I would be adding food, scrolling, finding my whole egg. Oh, there it is. I eat a couple whole eggs pretty much every day with these pancakes. So we're gonna add that there. Not sure why I'm adding it to snacks, but I'm just doing this as an example for all of you. But you get the idea. Now, once it's added and it's saved and the day goes on and it was stored in yesterday's journal, it's always going to be there in your most recent foods or in your food history. So that's the power of using this over and over and over and over again. Scan in those foods, get them into your history, so then it's very simple. You log in the next day. Oh, do you want to add yesterday's breakfast in its entirety? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to document by exception. I'm going to cancel a few things. I'm going to modify a few things. I'm going to change that 1.5 servings of whole blueberries to just 1 serving, as was the case earlier in this video. Okay, so I have an excellent recommendation for all of you, but hold on. Let me take this last bite of some anabolic protein pancakes for the homies. So it's a little bit later on in the day, and I'll start another screen recording for all of you. You saw me eat that anabolic hot cereal. I then went and did some cardio at the gym. So I ate 3 rice cakes, as you can see there on the screen. I came back and had a scoop of fruit cereal MTS whey. Now I'm having these protein pancakes. So 2 servings of the buttermilk pancakes, 1 whole egg. There's my sugar-free syrup, 4 tablespoons, and with that 150 grams of berries. Now I recommend plugging things in proactively to give you that idea of what you can consume. So when it comes time to sit down to have that meal, it's already plugged into the app. You already know what you can and can't have. You don't want to get to that scenario where you get to dinner and you need to fill up the remainder of your calories and you're trying to guess and check how to fill up the remainder of those calories. So as you can see on the screen here, lunch, 6 ounces of ground turkey, 170 grams jasmine rice, 150 grams of broccoli. I haven't consumed that yet. But then again for dinner, same meal, ground turkey, rice, broccoli. It's plugged in there proactively. I did also plug my fish oil in there. There are calories in that. But if I scroll all the way down to nutrition, I can see my macronutrient breakdown. 197 protein, 309 carb, 55 fat. I should be eating around 340 grams of carb. So how am I going to fill in the rest of those 31 grams of carbs? It's simple. All I know is I have 31 grams of carbs left to meet my caloric requirements. I can easily come down here to snacks and I can say, oh, maybe I want to fill this up with blueberries. I know I can have a little more than 200 grams of blueberries. Right there, I can have 250 grams of blueberries. The rest of the day is a wrap. I know later on when I'm sitting down, unwinding at the end of the day, there I go, 215 grams of blueberries. Or maybe I would prefer to eat some Smart Pop popcorn. I can add that Smart Pop kettle corn single serve packet, and then I'll know that I have roughly 8 grams of carbs remaining. Maybe I can have another one of those rice cakes. So there we go, white cheddar rice cake, and bang, that's a pretty good day. 200 protein, 340 carb, 57 fat, meeting my caloric requirements. But the idea is with this recommendation, be proactive. Again, you don't want to get to dinner and be scrambling. I only have X amount of calories or X amount of protein with no more fat and just a little bit of carbs. You don't want to get to that scenario. Plug it in proactively. Know that when lunch comes around, I'm having the turkey, the rice, the broccoli. When dinner comes around, I'm having that exact same meal, and then I have room for a nighttime snack. It's only my second-ish meal of the day with these protein pancakes, and I know how the rest of my day is shaping up. Be proactive. I know what you might be thinking next. What happens when you go to the produce section of the grocery store? You pick up a tomato, an onion, an avocado, whatever else you'd be picking up. You can't scan in a barcode on that. What I highly recommend is to cross-reference the entries in MyFitnessPal with this USDA Food Data Central website. So this is just my recommendation, but what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna jump on over to MyFitnessPal, and let's say with your lunch, you're having a little bit of avocado, and you hit search. Within MyFitnessPal, there are best matches, and there are those green checks for verified entries. So I can pull 1 medium avocado there. I could also change this to grams, which is gonna be more accurate. And I can say I'm gonna have exactly 75 grams of avocado. You need a food scale because you need to know the calories in part of this equation. You need to weigh this stuff out. There are calories in these things, especially in avocado with that fat content, a little bit more calorically dense than some of your other fruits and vegetables, obviously. The first time you enter one of these new items in, a tomato, an onion, an avocado, something from that produce section, I just recommend a quick cross-reference over here to the Food Data Central. Just make sure that the verified entry within MyFitnessPal is actually accurate. So you could do that for an onion. You can see it was already in my recent foods in my history, but you can pull the verified entry here for an onion. You can type in like 100 grams or so of an onion and go cross-reference that by searching in the Food Data Central USDA website and just figure out, is this white onion 100 grams over here matching that which is entered in the verified entry over here in MyFitnessPal. Once you do that once, the legwork is done. You verified it, it's accurate, it's in your recent history, it's in your added food. You know that that's the one that you verified. I just like to double check with that Food Data Central website just because sometimes I've noticed, and this is kind of rare, but some of the times I've noticed that the verified entries in MyFitnessPal are a little wonky. They don't really match up. So I just make that quick cross-reference. That's all. I promise you that this process is not too onerous. You'll actually be amazed once you do a little bit of that legwork up front and you start adding those foods that you frequently eat. It'll be in your history. You'll be amazed at how simple it truly can be. One click, add yesterday's lunch, document by exception. Or maybe you're eating something completely different. You just add your food, scroll through your history, find the things that you frequently eat. It's all going to be in there. And we do need to know that calories in portion of the equation. That being said, you will also need a food scale. My food scale here, her name is Taylor. She was about $20 or so at Target. Very inexpensive, very powerful tool for, again, tracking that calories in portion of the equation. Calories in versus calories out, that applies to all living things on this earth, the general viewer and those interested in this fitness lifestyle. I hope you found this video useful and informative. Thank you all so much for your time and attention. Now, what questions do you have for me? I would love to hear from each and every one of you. And yes, even you who's never commented on a video before, please comment down below. Did you like this video? Do you have questions for me? Do you have comments? Are there other things that I should go over? What do you want to see? Happy to do that for all of you. But if you found value in this video, if you enjoyed this one, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I drop 2 videos a week, every Tuesday and every Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern time, and I would love to have you Yes, you, along here with me for this YouTube journey. And I'll see you all in the next video.